Hello students, welcome to IMS Gate Academy. This video particularly for mechanical engineering students. Here we are come up with a team to wish you all the best for your exam. I hope you are doing well. Myself Vijay Kumar, I have teach you manufacturing engineering. Here I just give you a small tips for you guys how to prepare manufacturing for the gate. Okay, in this regard, see guys, whatever the formula you have studied so far, you just memorize that. So don't go for much pressure and panic in remembering the formulas. You just try to write in the book or in a paper and practice the formula. So I just briefly summarize that what kind of formulas you are supposed to remember. Okay, now let me go for casting. In casting, most of the times the question come from either pouring time calculation or solidification time calculation. So in that case, you just memorize that derivation of pouring time calculations and solidification time calculations. Next, if we go for, if the question missed from these two topics, definitely it is from riser design. I gave you riser design 4 methods. You just memorize that 4 formulas and do well in casting. So sometimes there is a possibility that some question may came from casting defect also. That is why you just read the definitions of all the defects of casting. Next, if you go for the welding, in the welding, most of the times they ask that in this last 2-3 years, they are asking that melting efficiency. In that melting efficiency, I gave you that formula that heat required by heat generation. Okay, so you practice the formulas from there also. Okay, and next is spot welding. In spot welding, they are asking these also same. Melting efficiency. Okay, so concentrate on welding defects as well. Next, if you go for metal forming process, there is a possibility that in rolling, wire drawing and sheet metal operations, as well as the forging and extrusion. So the question, any 2 marks question may come from these 2 topics. That is why, so last time the question came from rolling, so this time you may expect wire drawing or in the form of forging or extrusion. So practice all formulas, stress calculations of wire drawing as well as extrusion as well as the forging also. Okay, now if you go for sheet metal operation, most of the force required for punching and blanking operations. Okay, and also sometimes they give you one dimension asking you that die size as well as the punch size, or hole size or blank size. This kind of questions will come. You just focus on the formula and read the formula properly. If you shift our talk onto the machine tool operations, most of the machine tool operations come from machining time calculations of a given part as well as metal removal rate. So for that, lathe operations, planning operation, shaping operations, drilling operation, milling operation, and then you go for all these operations for machining time calculation as well as the metal removal rate. Now if you go for non-conventional machining process, very important that chip removal mechanism for all non-conventional machining process. Okay, chip removal mechanism, if the question come from numerical, that definitely our ECM or EDM, the numerical question may come. Or else if they wants to ask theory question, you just memorize that mechanism metal removal of all non-conventional machining process. Now let us shift our talk on to material science. In that material science, most of the time the question repeats from either iron carbon equilibrium diagram or triple T diagram, or else heat treatment process. That is why all the theory conceptuals, that normalizing, annealing, hardening and tempering, you just remember the definitions and definitions of perlite, cementite and austenite. All these definitions you remember, so that you will rock in the 1 mark question in material science. Similarly, metrology. In metrology also, most of the times you will get the question from either in limits, fits, tolerances, or angular measurements or surface finish measurements. That is why whatever the formula I gave you, and I gave you some good example questions also, you practice them, definitely you are going to be rock. And most of the times we will expect the weightage of manufacturing is about 18 to 22 marks. If you follow these kind of instruction, definitely you will rock 15 to 18 marks in manufacturing. Okay, so now here I'm going to end these manufacturing analysis. Now I just call Atul sir, who explain you and wish you all the best for your exam. Once again guys, all of you, very all the best for your exam. Don't get tense, read the question paper properly for 10 to 15 minutes and segregate the all easy questions, moderate questions and difficult questions. Accordingly, you allocate time and solve the questions. Okay, hope you all the best, and I welcome you. I'm inviting Atul sir to give some tips for the subject as well as some tricks to the how to prepare. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you sir. Thank you Vijay sir. So students, I will talk about a theory of machine. I will give you a list of topics that are very important, and you can expect some numericals from that. So if I talk about the first chapter, that is simple mechanism. In theory of machine, degree of freedom and quick return motion mechanisms are the most important topics, right? And specifically velocity analysis part, in which you have to use the relative velocity method also and the eye center method. Both methods are what very important in order to solve numericals. Next, in the gate train, epicyclic gate train, and you have to use what the relative velocity method, and it will be what very less time consuming method, and obviously you will save some time in solving numericals. Next, if I talk about the flywheel, the fluctuation of energy, lot of time they will be asking this question. Different types of question they will ask, but generally they will ask the fluctuation of energy, right? And in the next chapter, like gyroscope, simply they will be asking the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple on aeroplane and a ship's case. These are the very standard cases. If you know the concepts, if you know the basics, you can easily answer them, right? Next, if I talk about the governor, only few questions they've asked till now, but you should focus this topic because it is a formula based topic. You can easily solve the numericals. Next, vibration, most important topic in the theory of machine, right? From which you can expect definitely 2 to 3 numericals. Like first I will tell you the natural frequency problems, force damped frequency problems, right? These are the most important topics in theory of machine. Next, I will tell you about the engineering mechanics subject, in which truss, definitely you will get a numerical from the truss, and specifically method of section, very important one. Next, equilibrium. Next, friction. And if I talk about the whole dynamics part, the kinetics is what very important, specifically impulse momentum equation, angular momentum equation. These are very important topic. In the last, I will tell you, see, whatever you have prepared, you should be confident on that, and definitely you will get the success. So all the best from my side. And next I will call Pragya sir for the rest of the subjects.
Hello my dear, welcome to IMS Gate Academy. I hope you are all good and your preparation is going in right direction. But my dear, now you are at the door of gate. So be prepared and be focused. Now concise your notes, and also in particular for the fluid mechanics and thermodynamics, just you revise all the things. Go to the summary of the last. If you follow any textbook, go to the summary, note down and concise the notes in the fluid mechanics and thermodynamics, both 2 and 3 pages. Okay. So I wish you very well, and you have to prepare and your perform in the gate is very good. Thank you. I would like to welcome to Pratik sir. Okay sir, come.
Hello my dear students, I hope your preparation is going good. In order to give the final shape to your preparation or the hard work of 8 months that you did for preparing for this GATE examination, this is the final time. So just before your GATE examination for the subject of strength of material, prepare questions from principal stresses, prepare questions from bending and shear stresses. These topics are one of the frequently asked areas from strength of material, especially for mechanical engineering students. Questions from theories of failures will be there, and the questions from testing of materials will be there, right? So these 2 topics can again be prepared. You can surely expect a question from thermal stresses as well from strength of material. So these are the key areas from where regular questions are asked in GATE examination from strength of material. Strength of material is one of the highest weighted subject for mechanical engineering. The total weightage is around 8 to 10 marks, which is one of the highest in mechanical engineering. And if you prepare well for strength of material, your chances of getting a good rank increases. Questions from strength of material may sound critical, but if you read the question properly, if you understand the question properly, definitely you will find it very easy to get the final answer. So this is all from strength of material. I would like to welcome Saurabh sir to give his details about the other subject. Thank you.
Hello my dear friends. So GATE is almost here, and on 4th February you will be writing your examination. My dear friends, talking of the subjects of industrial engineering, heat transfer. Generally it has been seen that easier questions, doable questions has been coming for the past 6-7 years. And it is expected that if you have to maximize your scores, if you have to improve your rank, you should be able to solve most of these questions. My dear friends, if I talk about heat transfer, four chapters are there: conduction, convection, radiation and heat exchangers. From conduction, plane slab, cylinders, spheres, heat generation, unsteady state heat generation, lumped analysis, fins, all these are important. If I talk about radiation, particularly questions from network analysis have been coming. That being said, Stephen-Boltzmann law and some other important laws for black body are also important. Don't forget radiation shields. If I talk about convection, forced convection, free convection, forced convection is generally more important. From there, you can expect questions from flat plate, internal flow in pipes, and in free convection, generally you can expect questions from, you can say, questions related to Grashoff's law, where they have been asking that a plate has been given, air is being heated, and something regarded to, the final heat transfer, they can ask you. And if I talk about heat exchangers, my dear friends, two methods are there, LMTD and effectiveness NTU method. So equal chances of questions from both these topics are, can come. Now coming to industrial engineering, if I talk about the important chapters, I will start from network models. In network models, you can expect questions from CPM, PERT. Don't forget normal distribution. After that, inventory methods. In inventory methods, there are deterministic models, probabilistic models. In deterministic models, three important models are there. Price discount break model is there. And in probabilistic model, my dear friends, two important models are there, which is the demand profit model and finally the service level model. After that, forecasting is there. In forecasting, if I have to say one topic, it would be exponential smoothing method. My dear friends, LPP, linear programming. In linear programming, what is important? That is the graphical method. Transportation, in transportation, you can expect questions, not the complete, it will not be asking to solve the complete transportation problem, but there will be questions in which it is saying that, solve the initial basic, find the initial basic feasible solution, and the three, methods are important, which is the northwest corner method, least cost method, and Vogel's approximation, which is the most important method. After that, assignment model is there. Using the Hungarian algorithm, they can ask you to solve the assignment problem. And finally, you can expect random questions from, let's say, price break, MRP, or bill of materials. So my dear friends, these are the important areas from where they can ask questions in industrial engineering and heat transfer. As I said, you can definitely expect some doable questions from these, chapters, from these subjects. That being said, one or two, tougher questions may come here and there. That is not the problem. So my dear friends, if I have to conclude, the date is almost here and you would be feeling some amount of nervousness within you. And that is particularly, totally fine. It is generally said that some amount of nervousness always helps you in performing well. All I request is to stay calm, be focused, and try not to panic. As our faculty's mentors told, try to read all the questions from the beginning, try to go through all the 65 questions, try to solve the easier questions, then moderate, and then tough, whatever pleases you. My dear friends, trust on your abilities, trust on the hard work that you have put for the entire 1 year, and trust me, everything is going to, fall in the right place. Rest, leave everything to Almighty. If I have to give some extra, tips, try to sleep well before the examination and always stay hydrated. My dear friends, take care of your health. Health should be your first priority, no matter whatever is the importance of the examination. For the final time, all the very best, my dear friends. God bless you. Take care.
And Saurabh sir, I would like to add one more point, that after your GATE examination, my dear students, we will going to have the GATE exam analysis at our YouTube channel, same place from 6:30 p.m. onwards. So please join us live from 6:30 p.m. onwards from the same channel, IMS GATE Academy, for completely analyzing your GATE score and GATE questions.
My dear friends, what is the importance of that session? Let me tell you. We will be discussing all the questions in detail so that you can check by yourself that how much marks you are getting. You can expect where you have committed mistakes. And my dear friends, you can see that whether you have solved the right questions or not. So my dear friends, don't forget to join that session, expecting everyone to be there.
All the best, my dear students. All the best once again from IMS GATE Academy Mechanical team. Thank you so much.